Welcome back to my channel, guys. Before we get into today's video, I just wanted to quickly give you a little update of where I've been, what's been going on. It's been about 3 months or so since I posted a video, and this video that you guys are going to see today is actually my first market that I did back in April this year. It's before a lot of things in my life happened, but I still wanted to share it because I really want to show you guys the progress of the growth that I've had over those 3 months. Despite the challenges that me and my husband have gone through, I've had so much growth in my business. My booth looks completely different than what you guys are going to see in this video today. And I still want to document it for you all. I still want to share that progress because I think it's important to see someone else's progress so you know that it's okay to start small. My booth, again, and just the business, the products that I have, all of that has changed so much since this video was filmed. So that's why I still wanted to share it with you all. My next video that you guys will see will be more of an update of where I am currently, and then going from there, I'll be able to share more of just current things and the development of products and the growth of Proverbs and Pens, which I'm super excited about. If you are new here, my name is Rachel Armstead. I'm the owner of Proverbs and Pens, my small art and stationery shop where I take my paintings and I bookbind with them. I make various different stationery products along with things like tote bags and other things coming soon this year and next year, which I'm super excited about. But everything is either handmade or hand designed by me. There are a few things like that I outsource, like my stickers and my totes that I get made elsewhere, but I do design the designs that are on them, and super excited to share all that with you. But I just wanted to give a quick update because I have been gone for a little bit. So my husband actually ended up injuring his pec. He had a full tear, and we ended up having to do like a full repair surgery. And that actually happened, which I realized when I was editing this video, happened during the time that I was filming this. I was kind of like going through all the emotions again when I was editing this video for you guys, because I forgot like getting the phone call when he told me that he thinks he tore it. And then I think we actually went to the doctors for the first time around that time, like during this video, all of this was happening. At that time, we didn't know how bad it was, and we didn't know if we were even going to go forward with the surgery. We were kind of praying on that, but that is what we felt like the Lord was leading us to do. And it just led to a very stressful month, unfortunately, just because of all the commitments that I had with work, my business. I got into my first really big event, and so there was just so much prep behind that. And my husband's normally the one who helps me with all that kind of stuff. Like he's a person I have consistently who's there to help me, and he enjoys helping me. But it just turned out to be very, very stressful. Like from middle of May through all of through middle of April through all of May, and then like half of June just was super stressful trying to balance everything because of his surgery and the recovery. A pec repair recovery, I think, is similar to like a shoulder one. So he couldn't lift anything, especially the first few weeks. You're just dealing with like the pain of the actual repair, and he really could not do much. His only focus, of course, was like trying to work, and then I was taking care of everything around the house, plus doing the business, plus working, and it was a lot. And so I just could not. YouTube just took a back seat. I could not keep up with it, unfortunately, which was really sad for me because I had been consistent up to that point. I was super proud of myself, but of course, family comes first. And with my other commitments within the business, YouTube just fell behind. But I'm super happy to be back. I'm super happy to be pretty much fully focused on Proverbs and Pens. Had to, reorganize our commitments and everything, because during that time, because I was working so much, because I was trying to keep so much I guess responsibility in the house and make sure everything was well. Like we just did not spend any time together unless I was like caring for him and his injury, and that just also like didn't really feed into a healthy side of our relationship. Thankfully, it didn't cause any like long-term damage or anything, but we just wanted to make sure we nipped that in the butt before it caused, things down the line. And I also don't want to be working 24/7. I loved the job I had, and I love obviously my small business, but I could not do both. And that is a good problem to have. but I just had to walk away from one or the other. And I'm thankful that the Lord opened the door for me to focus on my small business. So that is where we're at. I just wanted to give that quick update before you guys kind of hopped into this video. The video you guys are going to see, I was going to make two separate ones at the time of filming. So it might be, I just kind of put them together because it's been months and there's no need to post them into two separate videos now. So you'll hear me say things like, oh, in next week's video or whatever. It's just all one video now. But I hope you guys enjoy this process. This is my very first time filming a market setup. And so I feel like it's a little hectic and we're going to get used to it. But I'm excited for you guys to see this and hope you enjoy the video. So today's Tuesday. I have a market this Saturday of this week. So I'm going to spend all week preparing products and getting things ready for it. Yesterday, my husband and I cut out a ton of product that I'm going to be sewing and bone folding and just prepping all different kinds of things for it. I have absolutely no inventory right now because everything I had I put in the shop that I have my products in currently. If you want to know more about that, I'll link the video somewhere on this page or down below in the description box. But recently got into my first retail space, which I'm really excited about, but all the product needed to go there. So I am restocking the entire shop. I'm also redesigning my office space, so things in here are absolutely torn apart right now. I still haven't finished this painting behind me. There's just a lot going on, but I'm going to focus on just restocking the shop and getting product in because I really want to make sure that I have enough to sell at this weekend's market. So I am currently working on redesigning my grid paper. It's pretty much done. Like I printed a lot of samples, but there's just like a little tweaking I want to do. So I'm going to do a couple of test prints to make sure that I like how it's turned out. And then I'm going to go ahead and um, print a sample and then get all this grid paper printed so I can cut everything down and just have it ready to go. I got a new like piercing cradle for bookbinding that I just discovered was a thing. So I'm really excited about that because it should help me pierce the holes a lot faster and just kind of smooth out the process. I know it's not as traditional, but because I produce so many books at once, just finding those little things and those little tools that help me produce more accurately, actually, which is amazing, but also faster, it's really helpful, and I love finding those things. So I'm gonna print a couple of samples, get this downloaded. I think today, honestly, I was supposed to sew, but because that piercing tool is coming in tomorrow, I think I'm going to just work on folding all my note cards and matching them with a, actually, I don't think I'll match it with the envelope yet because I need to print and cut the packaging for them. I changed my packaging up. I really did like the little like tie with the ribbon, but I need to be able to put a like barcode on it at the shop, and I want to make sure like my packaging's cohesive. It's also just going to be a lot easier later on when I add barcodes into my own system as well. So I think I'm just going to go with the packaging that I have now, and I'll show you guys that later. So I'm going to get going on this. I actually have to go to work today. I work every day this week as well. So it's going to be a lot. And this morning we spent last minute at the doctor's, which wasn't planned. We're all good now, but it's just, there's been a lot of things popping up, and I only have a couple hours to do work before I have to go to work today. No, sir. Oh my goodness. What? You just want attention. But anyways, so I only have a few hours to do work. And so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get going. Solo, you're not supposed to be up here, and you know that, dude. You want to say hi to the camera? Is that what? Off. Off. Oh my god. Off, Solo. Yes, you're cute. Now off. Off. Currently about 1:30-ish. I have about an hour before I'm gonna have to get ready for work. I'm working on my bookmarks right now. I printed regular ones this time along with my magnetic ones, which I'm really excited about because some people just want the regular ones. So really excited about that. I'm gonna punch the holes and they all are gonna get like a little ribbon of some sort. I went with the sturdiest paper that the printer had. I still wish they were a little bit sturdier. I really like the like watercolor paper texture, like that 140-pound kind of sturdiness, but they can only go up to 130, and that's what this is. But I would eventually like to find a printer or get one myself that can do like a heavier weight. Oh my goodness, you're so needy today, Bugs. You just need some hugs. No, sir. Anyways, so that's what I'm gonna work on. I'll start this, and then I think I'm actually going to see what it takes to print my packaging for my greeting cards. I kind of just want to finish like one product fully. And if I can print that, then when I get back tonight, I can like cut them out and wrap the greeting cards and just be done with those and finish these tomorrow, because these really aren't that big of a task. But I'm trying to just figure out how I want them. I think that's a decent length for the ribbon. I'm not sure. Then I'm just trying to figure out how I want to tie them as well. So just a little bit of testing to do, but I do think a ribbon kind of just adds a little something to the bookmark. And then that way you can tuck it in all the way and you don't have to worry about the corners getting like beat up and everything. I was going to round them, but then I realized it just doesn't look right when I have like a framed picture on it. If it was like the full card, like there was no frame or anything, then maybe I would round it, but I just think it looks better this way. So I'm gonna leave it square for now and go from there. A new printer recently. It's the Canon, I think it's IP8720, and it's not bad. I think it'll do what I need it to for now. Like I can print my signs with it, I can print my inside pages with it, and I can print my packaging, but I'm having a hard time figuring out how to like calibrate everything correctly. I've been doing a lot of research on how to like fix certain things, because like this one that was printed as a PDF, like it just doesn't print right. It's like shaky. There's something weird about it. But if I print it as like a PNG or a JPEG, it like prints just fine. But the thing is, I don't always want to do that with my, I don't know. It's a lot of like figuring out to do. So if anybody has any tips, let me know. But I've gotten vellum paper to use for my packaging, because one of the biggest things I was trying to figure out is how to package it that looks cute, but it doesn't take away from the painting, because that's like what draws people in. And so this is like sheer kind of see-through. It's what a lot of people use for like tracing paper. And so I just usually print it out on like, for instance, my greeting cards and my mini notebooks. I can print it out on a 8.5 by 11, so your regular like letter size paper. But then for my larger ones, I had gotten, I think it's 11 by 14 paper, so it can wrap all the way around it. But I'm really excited. I'm still figuring out how to like make my logo show up better. I think I just need to edit it to be like black instead of green, but you can still read it. And I have my website on the back with the Be the Salt and the Light, which is becoming our new kind of like, I don't want to say tagline, but it's definitely our new mission statement, Bible verse. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted that to be, but it's definitely going to be the salt and the light. And it also matches like some stickers that we have already. And in the future, I want to come out with like a whole little line about just being the salt and the light. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I'm going to cut some of these down, see how they fit. If this works, this is going to be my final file for these for now, at least for this printer, until I figure out what's going on with it. But I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm honestly going to, I'm pretty hungry, but I have some work I need to finish up on my computer. So I think I'm just going to go sit by the Panera that's near my job until I have to go to work for like 30 minutes and eat something and like finish up some just admin work. So I kind of hit it all at once, get it done, and then later tonight, I usually get back at like 8:45, maybe 8:40. I'll probably still work for like an hour or so because I have a lot to do. But I got a lot done today considering the day that I've had. I am feeling a little tired, but even last night, just cutting everything out helped a ton. And then I finally figured out how to, I got this book press recently, and I have 2 books pressing in here. It's kind of the 2 that I showed you guys that I sewed. So I'm trying to see how it presses and how I should score my books, because I probably will do that tonight if I figure out how I'd like this. And so, yeah, we'll see. A lot of just things like, it's crazy because like with these markets and like getting into that retail space, like it's literally in the middle, and I've said this multiple times, but it's been in the middle of me wanting to redo a lot of my products and just kind of make little tweaks to make them even better. And so I feel like, especially as I'm making more, I'm like testing things as I'm making them. So it's taking a little bit longer than normal, but I still think I'll be able to get enough done to have to sell. I might even do a couple of watercolor paintings later this week because I had these frames that I got, and I think it'll look really cute on the booth and just kind of give it more to fill up. I have a few of my older products left. I have my surprise baggies and then a few of my like smaller notebooks that are older. I just don't think they'll sell as well when it comes to comparing it to these ones that I'll have, so I'll probably mark them down just to get rid of them. And then I also have a bunch of my like notebooks that I first made with like handmade covers. I've decided I don't want to do soft covers with those anymore. I'm only going to do hard covers when I start doing that. But I do have some of those left, and I'll probably discount those as well. And they usually sell pretty well. So I still have like a few products here and there, but I definitely want more of like the ones with my artwork. So I'm really excited to like get all of this done. But I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to head and get some food. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys real quick. This is what it'll look like. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it has just a 5x7 greeting card on here, and then Proverbs and pens. Again, it's kind of hard to see, but it'll work for now. And then on the back it has Be the Salt and the Light, and then our website, and it's just held together by a little piece of tape. Normally I like to use a little glue dot if it overlaps enough. This one doesn't, but I also don't want to waste the larger paper for this size when it's just perfect to fit the cards, and I already have like the paper, so I want to make sure that I use it. But I am pretty happy with the packaging. I really liked the the bow that I did with the string and the thread. I used this, and I still have it left. I've had this for years though. I've just used it to hang things at markets, and so I'm sure I'll use it. And I thought about like tying a bow around the belly band, but again, I want things to be cohesive. It's just adding an extra step that I don't need to do. And like once I run out of this, I'm not gonna want to buy more, and then like keep changing up my packaging. Again, this allows for me to put a little sticker on the back for the barcode when you scan it and you're buying it at the shop. And I do plan on adding that eventually into my system, so it's kind of just prepping me for that. Again, I don't think it looks bad. It doesn't take away from the painting too much. So, and this is pretty typical for a lot of different packaging, especially when it comes to stationery. You'll see belly bands all over the place in different ways. So I think it just works. It's going to be the most, I don't know, the easiest to develop and like change as I need to, rather than this. Like this was only going to go so far. This also makes it a lot easier to carry at markets. Doing the bow, it actually adds like an extra layer, so it's kind of hard to pack them. And sometimes it can slide off depending on how tight you do it, but you don't want to do it too tight because you don't want it to bend like the card and everything. So it's just going back and forth, and this is just a part of that, like the testing and seeing how things work with your products and what you prefer. If you are doing things on a smaller scale and you just really care about the aesthetic of like something like this, then go for it. But again, like that's an additional cost as well. So this is just, I think this cost is more affordable. But Anyways, that's what this looks like. I'm gonna have to do this to all the cards that you guys saw me score earlier. And that'll probably be a task for tonight. I might even have my husband do it, but I'm gonna have to print more of these. I don't think I'm gonna get it done before I leave, so I'll just have to do it when I get back. But yeah, they're cute, and I'm excited to see all of them come together. Alrighty guys, it is 10:15 now. I just finished packaging all of the greeting cards here. So this is how many I have. I think I have about 30 or so. I honestly am not feeling the best. Like, my throat really hurts right now. So my husband ran out to get me some stuff for it. And I've been drinking some tea, but really hoping I just this just passes, like praying against this, because I have so much to do this week, not only with like this, but like work too, and it's just not a good week. Like, I'm very much the kind of person who has a mindset that I just do not have time to be sick, and I know that's not God's will for me anyways, so I just pray against it, and normally it passes really fast, so praying for this to pass super, super quickly. But I'm happy that I finished all of these greeting cards. This is the most I've made all at once, and I have my grid papers printed. I'm getting my paper cutter tomorrow, which I'm so excited about, and I'm going to cut those tomorrow. I'm also getting like I think I mentioned earlier, I'm getting a tool that's going to help me punch all my holes super, super fast, so I'm going to wait till tomorrow to get that. Last thing I wanted to do tonight was just check my book press that I showed you guys earlier, and I want to see which one I like better. Okay, so this is my book press. I'm gonna see if I can loosen these up a little bit. They've been pressing for about, honestly, probably close to 8 hours now, so they should be okay. But I really just want to see how I should score my book covers, and I think that's going to help me determine this. It's amazing how well those presses work. I always usually have to end up pressing my cover a bit more, but I definitely like this one. I just like how it's square like that. But I don't hate this either, because this is normally what I do, so I don't know. This one might press a bit better too. I'm thinking, but the covers are kind of the same, so I don't know. I might press them overnight to see if that changes anything, and then determine in the morning how I'm going to score them, because I'm not going to do it tonight. But usually the cover's like sitting a brick on top normally helps a lot, so I might have to do that. That's all I'm doing for tonight, so I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. So it is Thursday morning, Thursday before the market on Saturday. I didn't film anything on Wednesday yesterday because I actually ended up not feeling very well. I came down with a fever, had a really bad migraine, and I haven't felt very good today. I'm still very stuffy, as you could hear. I've taken some medicine to help me kind of like start feeling better, but I'm just praying against it and hoping that I am 100% by Saturday for my market. I did end up like calling out of work because there was no way I was going to be able to like stand and move around all day. The only reason I'm going to work on some things is because I can actually sit and do it, and it doesn't take a ton of like physical effort to do so. And it's about like 1 o'clock now, so I'm just getting started with my day. But like I've like said before, I haven't had many products, and I still need to sew a bunch of books for this weekend. So I don't really have the option of doing absolutely nothing. Like I need to do something for this weekend because it's not like I can get my booth fee back. And even if I couldn't go, I could send like my sister and my nieces to go like represent me there and sell products, but I just need products to sell. So that's what we're going to work on today. I did want to show you guys, I finally got one of these guillotine cutters, like the heavy duty kind. I did thrift this one not too long ago. The like simpler ones that still has the lever that you can bring down. And I like this one in particular because it has this like plastic piece that holds things down, so I can press it and it keeps it in place. But you can only cut so much with those. And so this, I've been waiting to come in the mail for a little bit. I'm so excited about it. It's one of the really heavy duty ones that can cut like up to 1 inch of paper, which if you haven't really like worked with paper, you don't think that's a lot. But it is like 1 inch. You can see that it's about that thick of paper. And so I'm really excited about that. This is by the We Are Memory Keepers or Makers, I think. This is the like lever to roll things down so it keeps the paper in place. We have, of course, the giant lever to pull down the blade that cuts through the inch of paper. This thing slides along the like base here that has a ruler, so you can lock it in place and have a backing for where you want to cut your pieces of paper. I'm still learning how it works, but this is going to make things so much faster. It's going to be such a game changer for me, and I'm so excited to use this. So really all I need to do today is trim the inside pages of my papers so I can start sewing them. But this will make it so much faster because normally I would fold them and like trim them by hand. You guys have seen me do it. And I've made so many books that way, but I'm just growing, and so it's nice to get these tools to be able to like speed up the process. And then another thing I wanted to show you guys, I think I mentioned before, I got one of like, it's not a traditional cradle, piercing cradle, but it's a bookbinding piercing guide so I can pierce my books faster and more accurately as well. So this is the guide. This is by the same brand as this cutter as well. And so there's these little pieces that I can screw off or throw it. Okay, so this is the piercing guide. It has all these little holes that I can make sure I'm piercing correctly. And so for actual like the like signatures of the book, I will be piercing it in this side that's kind of curved a little bit so it sits when it's folded. And then the other side that's flat is for like the covers. So if you're doing like Coptic stitch and just other things, it'll be good for that. And then there's these little knobs that come with it that you just screw it in. And you'll see more close up later when I'm actually using it. I actually need to figure out how it works. And then it also came with this little pouch that has a awl in it, which will be nice. I guess it fits through these particular holes. But it also came with some needles and thread. I already took that out and put them away because I won't be using it right now, but it's nice. It's a nice little kit. I think it was about 20 bucks. And it'll help me, again, speed up that process and make sure that all my books are pretty accurate when I'm punching them. And so I am super excited about that. So need to get some things going, and I need to go ahead and cut my inside pages. So I think I'm going to start with that and test this out a bit more. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of the papers cut. They're pretty even, but I am trying to figure out why it's not going through the last page. Oh, and you know what? It is putting an indent on my pages. So, and I've seen this might be a problem. So what I need to do is put a piece of tape under the piece that I roll down to hold the paper in. And it just kind of stops it from indenting my paper too much. So I definitely need to do that because it's causing some indents on the pages, and I didn't notice that before. And then for some reason, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it's hard to print the last pages. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is so frustrating. So I was supposed to print the other side to these pages before I cut them. And now I already cut them. Oh my gosh. Okay. That sucks. I already cut half of what I printed. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I probably could set up a document to print on this other side of it. I have to test it, and that's just more work. So that sucks. But I'm gonna go ahead and print the other side of these before I forget to. So update, guys. I haven't filmed too much because I've honestly been very distracted and trying to figure out a process for this, but I think I finally figured out a process for my new mini booklets. They're gonna have a full wraparound cover of the painting, and then the Bible verse is gonna be up front, so I'm really excited about these. I've prepped a ton right here that I'm gonna punch and start sewing. And then I've just been having issues with the printer that I thrifted. I don't know what's up with it, but I was trying to print
Also, don't judge my desk. I told y'all it's a mess and I meant that. But let me show you real quick what is going on with the paper. So I've been working on printing my grid papers, and I noticed as I was printing a bunch that they were coming out like with ink on it. And I still plan to use at least the other half, that's fine. But I know my husband knows how to clean whatever is going on here. He's just not here right now, so I have to wait for him to come back before I fix that. So we're pausing on like all the grid paper printing. This is the stack that I accidentally cut before printing the other side. So I'm gonna have to create a new document that's just your typical 8.5 by 11, but I'll have to make sure it is horizontal, and I'll print it on this side so we don't waste this paper. And then I can work on my hardcover notebooks as well. And then this is just the leftover covers for my soft cover notebooks. But this is what I was talking about, how it's going to be a wraparound cover, and then the matching Bible verse is on the front. So when I fold it, the whole painting will go all the way around. So really excited about that. But yeah, this is kind of like my deal with later stack. it is now Friday, the day before the market, and I wanted to update you guys. So last night, I finished all of the mini books and they're all pressing. I'll take them out the press when I'm ready to press my larger booklets. I didn't do as much yesterday as I hoped, one because I still wasn't feeling the best, and so it just took me a long time to like get in the groove and focus. But also my printer that I thrifted, it wasn't even used that long. Like I found it on Facebook Marketplace. The seller had told me that like it worked really well. She was really sweet. I actually genuinely don't think that she knew like it might have been broken, but it's like throwing an error that basically like won't let us print anything. So it's gonna need some maintenance. All I did was replace the ink cartridge and it all of a sudden like started bugging out on me. And so that was super stressful because yesterday I couldn't print the grid pages I need for my large booklets. On my large ones, I do grid pages just to kind of jazz it up a bit. And usually with the larger ones, like people want it for different use. So I wanted to make sure those ones were lined or grid, and I decided to go with grid. And so I had to scramble this morning to find a printer who could print my inside pages for not like a crazy fee and who'd be willing to use the paper I already bought. So we were able to do that, which is such a blessing. They were actually really nice and actually have some of the same values that we do as a brand. So it was honestly a blessing in disguise because I'm going to have to reach out to them to see what their prices are like compared to the printed that I'm using now. I love them, but you know, if I can cut my costs down somewhere, that would be really helpful for me and allow me to produce more at once. So my husband went out this morning because I had to go to work and he got a whole stack done. So they're double-sided, they're ready to be trimmed, cut, and we're going to sew books. So we're going to see how many I can finish tonight. And then I need to make sure that I package all of my mini ones, that I print the package like belly band that I do for my books. My old printer is still working. It doesn't really print straight, but honestly, I've used it in the past and I will figure it out and make sure it works for this time around. And then for my larger notebooks, because it doesn't take the bigger paper I got for those belly bands, I'm going to have to just use the 8.5 by 11 and then piece it together, and I'll show you guys how I do that. But it's been a crazy week. Like, it hasn't gone at all how I thought it would, and I feel like I'm just playing catch up the whole week. So I'm tired, but also I'm ready just to like put on a YouTube video and get in the groove and sew books. Like if I can get 2, maybe 3 of each kind done, I will be set and good and happy for now. I have a bunch of little mini ones. I have a bunch of note cards and bookmarks, so I'm set. I only have regular bookmarks though. If I have time tonight, I will put together some magnetic ones, but I have a feeling I won't get to that tonight, so we'll see. But yeah, let's get to work. It's already, because I worked today, it's already 6. So yeah, it's gonna be a long night. right, so I just finished sewing all of those notebooks. It is 9:30. I've been moving a lot slower than normal. I just feel, I don't know, like I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. I've also had trouble with like quality control this time around. I've had to like toss a couple of notebooks because they weren't great. So I'm still figuring a lot of things out. But like I said, it's almost 9:30. I'm getting tired. The last thing I'm going to do is just trim all of my notebooks, my mini ones that I made yesterday. They were pressing all day. I have a few in that press like up there on my shelf. So I'm going to take everything out, trim them, and put the packaging on them, so the belly bands, and call it a night. I'm going to switch like the large notebooks into the press, take the small ones out, then trim them and do everything I need to. So hopefully that won't take me more than 2 hours. I'm hoping to go to bed like around midnight at the latest. So we'll see. But I'm gonna do that, and I'm excited for our market tomorrow. He like knows when I'm talking to the camera, guys. He doesn't do this when I'm just chilling and doing the stuff I need to. You know I'm talking to somebody, don't you? And you just want attention. Hmm? Currently 10:39. I finished trimming and stamping all those books. They were just drying for a minute, and then I just printed all of my vellum paper for my belly bands. I just have to cut it down and attach it to the books. But I think I'm going to end this vlog here. It's pretty late. I need to do that and then just head to bed as soon as I can. I'm just organizing my products as well in this bin, so everything can be downstairs and ready to pack in the car early in the morning, because I have to get up pretty early. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and the chaos that it has been this week has gone nothing like I planned. But I have some really exciting stuff coming up in the future that I just found out about recently, and I'm super excited to share that with you guys hopefully soon. But I also do plan to vlog the market tomorrow, so that'll be a future video that you guys can watch and enjoy as well, kind of seeing how it all went. I'm really praying it goes well. And I'm super excited for some of the things coming up in the future. But hopefully you guys like this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys. Okay. Oops, let me turn that off. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Again, I haven't really tested my mic. I just arrived
feeling a lot better. It's pretty like chill. There's not a ton of vendors. So I really am hoping for, ooh, y'all fell over. But I'm gonna keep talking anyways. I'm really hoping for a better turnout. I'm on like a dirt, or yeah, I'm basically on dirt right now, driving to my spot. The good thing about this is because it's an egg hunt, it's on a field, and so I can drive straight up to my spot and unload. And so it will be like way quicker in terms of like I don't have to load everything in my wagon, like and like carry it somewhere like I normally do. I can just go straight to my spot. I'm gonna try to back in and start setting everything up. Probably gonna need help for somebody to help me like put up the tent because it's been a minute, guys. It has been a minute, and we also haven't like pulled this tent out in a long time. So really excited about that. Man, they got eggs just in all these spots. I'm trying to avoid the eggs. And we're gonna see if somehow there's also like a bunch of holes from all the prairie dogs out here. On this side of Springs, for some reason, there's a ton of prairie dogs. And so when you ever like, even just driving alongside the road on certain parts, you can like see all the holes they make, and it's actually really destructive to a lot of the fields. So they're trying to cover some of the holes. I'm trying to see how I should do this the best I can. Gosh, I really haven't set one of these up in so long, so let's see. Thank you. Appreciate that. I was hoping that wasn't broken. Okay. Definitely need to be paying attention to the time. This morning was such a disaster for products though, like trying to get things going was rough. Probably should have pulled a little closer, but oh well. I'm gonna do an L shape. I might check out on this side. Oh, excuse me. Just like this. I forget my nieces are coming to help me, so probably will need some seats behind me. And the little rocking chair. Then over here, I'm gonna do a little like makeshift checkout stand. I think that's how it's gonna work best because I need space behind me for my nieces to sit, and because this tent is slanted, it's not a true 10 by 10, so I'm losing a little bit of space because it goes like at an angle. But I'm just gonna stack 3 high. I saw this on Pinterest But I should have attached these together so they would stay. So we'll see if I do this. Not sure how stable this is because the ground's pretty uneven. Okay, I totally forgot I was supposed to be recording, but my niece has showed up. You guys want to say hi? Okay, this is what the booth looks like now, though. It's coming together. Just finishing up with my stickers. And then we'll do a little booth tour. For my large ones, they're just going to be square today, and that's okay. How are you? Let me know if you have any questions. Where's my other sign? Excuse me. Okay, we're almost set up, guys. I'll do a little table tour in a minute, but I'm honestly pretty happy how this turned out considering how this week and this morning has been. So I call this a win. We're just going to call it a win. How are you? Good. Let me know if you have any questions. It's all handmade, and these books over here are my paintings. They're textured art pieces. So they're on canvases. It's yarn. You can touch it if you'd like. So some people will hang it up. Others, like the mini ones, are great for desktops or bookshelves. But if you're a sensory person, it's really fun to touch. All right, here's the final setup. It's not as full, but it'll work for today. We have a lot of sales going on because I have a lot of products that just aren't 100%, like these books, because I'm learning how to use my paper cutter. They're just a little off on the back, so we're gonna discount those, and then I'm trying to get rid of the rest of my inventory from some of the first books I ever made, so those are 50% off. And then I'm also trying to get rid of these prints, so those are $5 off. Or not $5 off, they're $5 prints. But I am super excited about these because they look so cute, little booklets. So hopefully we get some sales. And then this time I have a little price list because usually I am using these, but I just don't like them as much. They're not as clean. So I'm excited about that. But I think a lot of people are waiting around for the egg hunt. So I'm hoping that we'll still get some sales today. But it's very cute. And it's our first outdoor market, so I'm excited. Okay, because I thought they were kind of hidden. All right, guys, my camera might die. I forgot my battery, which sucks, but I will try to film the rest of the market on my phone. But they're about to do the Easter egg hunt out there. So there's a lot of people, but most people are like waiting for this. So I'm hoping after they're like in the mood to shop. We'll see.
Okay, so I wanted to kind of just wrap up this video. You can tell it kind of like abruptly stopped. My camera ended up dying during that market, and my phone could not pick up the audio because it was so so windy. When I first signed up to do this market, it was by an event organizer that I was kind of going back and forth with for a while, but I was getting back into doing markets. So I honestly was still getting into the groove of learning like which markets to go for, what red flags to look for. I kind of I don't know, I lost my touch with that because I hadn't done markets consistently for a while. And so I feel like I was figuring out what worked for me in my business, especially this time around because I had rebranded and everything. And I heard good things about these markets, but when I would go to them, I went to a couple that the event organizers put on because I wanted to see what they were like. I think it was really the Holy Spirit just telling me this is not for me. But I was really confused because even though like the way the event, um, I don't know, when I would go, I feel like they were always dead. I would talk to different vendors and they always be like, yeah, like the event organizers are really great. We always do really well at these events. But I think something that I've realized is when somebody says they do really well, their really well is going to be different from my really well. And that's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. I was there. But I think that's something that I've had to learn is like, what does really well mean to you? Because that could be different for me. And I don't think at any of their events I would have done well. It's just not what I'm looking for, especially after doing my first big event after this one. I really am just going to focus on either bigger events or just well put together, well organized events, and in places that I know is going to have the market that I'm looking for because I do have a very niche brand. My brand is specifically made for Christian. And in particular, even though I do have a lot of men shop for me, I do know that majority of my audience is going to be women. I think the Christian aspect is the most important, of course. That is who I am looking to sell to and looking to encourage. And I've had other people shop for me as well, but it's just little things like that that I'm learning to look for, what kind of red flags to look out for when I'm looking for an event. And I just ignored them in this one, but this was honestly, I think maybe my fourth event that I did with my small business now. And so I was kind of getting back into the groove of things. I feel like I'm still getting into the groove of things. I still feel like there's so many mixed reviews with some events because some people do really well. It really just depends on what you sell, who your target market is, and if that area is for you. So you can't always judge an event off of what somebody else says. You also have to kind of do research into where that event is, who's organizing it, what kind of people are going to be around. And I've just really learned that. And so I was really disappointed that this event did not go well. I mean, it was so windy. I ended up packing up early. I was very upset. And for this kind of event, it definitely was one of those smaller scale events where you almost expect to pay like a $50 booth fee, like that kind of event, like almost farmers market kind of level, but definitely didn't have nearly the amount of traffic that some farmers markets bring. But their booth fee was like twice as much, and I didn't even make half of it back. It just wasn't well organized. The market side of the event wasn't well advertised. I feel like people really were there for the activity more than shopping. And again, those are things that I feel like I've picked up on now. Like there is definitely a difference between like a big event that has activities or like a fair or something and then the market being added onto it, or the market's actually a part of it and people are there to shop as well. Like those are very two different things. And I think I'll do a full video later on about like how to find events and all that kind of stuff because I am still learning, and there still is like a layer of just having to try it to see if it's for you. The event itself might be great, people might do well there, but there is that like you still have to try it to see if it's for you. And so there's just things like that that I've been learning along the way. But yeah, I was a little disappointed in this event, but I was excited that it was my first outdoor one and being able to share it with you guys. And I'm excited for like the future ones, the summer and the holiday season, which I'm so excited about. And so yeah, it just ended up not going very well. So that's kind of why it ended abruptly. Like I was over it. I was trying to I ended up having to clean all my products after this. If you don't know, Colorado is super windy sometimes, and there's a lot of dirt. So when the wind blows, things can get dirty, and I just ended up having to clean my products and stuff like that. So it wasn't the most fun experience, but I got to spend time with my nieces, which was really fun. Super thankful that they came to help me. And it definitely was a learning experience for sure. Like this definitely put things into perspective for me to start looking out for certain red flags and to also just don't do events if I don't feel like it's going to be worth it. Like it's okay. And so I don't have to do like every event under the sun. That's not how I'm going to grow my business this time around, and that's okay. And I've seen good progress with that mindset change, even though not every event has been successful, but I've had better intentions behind them, I feel like, not just like trying to do everything. And so there's been growth there. But yeah, that'll be a whole separate video. Maybe I'll share more in depth and details about that with you guys. But I do hope you enjoyed this video. I'm excited to be back, slowly getting back into things and just finding a routine again. The last like 2.5, 3 months they were extremely stressful. I was just living in a constant state of stress. It definitely took a toll mentally and physically on me. So trying to get back into a routine, enjoying doing this full time and learning. And I think that's, again, another video I'll share about of how that all happened. But I am excited to just paint again and love painting again. Like I miss it. I miss doing it as a hobby, and I'm excited for that. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.